Welcome back to the Moneyline Labs. This is not some picks video, this is pricing audit. I ran the entire MLB slate through the model and reduced it to 3 positions, not because there is only 3 games, but because we've got 3 places where the market actually gives you something. 2 of these are some structural edges, and the third one is exactly where most bettors slowly bleed without noticing it. If you understand what we are doing here, you stop thinking in terms of winners, you just start thinking in terms of inefficiencies, and that shift alone is the difference between guessing and actual scaling. So let's start to our first play. We've got Yankees, and this is not some team comparison. This is some contact profile collision. Yankees lineup is not built on frequency; it's built on impact. So they don't need 10 clean plate appearances. They need 1 ball in play with the right shape. What about we've got Rice? He's averaging exit velocity pushing 97. Judge barrel rate in the top percentile. That's not production, that's real conversion. Now plays it against Kikuchi, expected slugging allowed over .520, hard contact near 50%, so that's not just inefficiency, that a structural leak. Because the type of contact he allows is the exact type of contact this lineup is designed to punish. So now you're not dealing with some randomness, you're dealing with alignment. And alignment is where the edge becomes predictable. This is the part most people miss. They think variance decide these games, but when you align a damage generation lineup with a damage allowing pitcher, variance becomes directional. So that's the real difference. And now compare that to Varian. He doesn't eliminate risk, but he compresses it. Lower expected damage, better strikeout to walk ratio, more controlled contact profile. So the structure is really clean. One side amplifies damage and the other side contains it. It's not really balanced, and that's why it's not about Yankees are better. This is about the Yankees being placed in game structure that increases the value of their strongest trait. And that's why numbers is still playable. So our position here is Yankees for minus 156. Our next game we've got Cubs Phillies. Here's the logic, like it shifts completely. We move from some structural matchup to pricing mechanics. Because this is not about who is better, this is about how the game distributes outcomes. When the environment increases lifted contact and extra base probability, you don't just increase some scoring, and you increase variance. And variance doesn't treat both sides equally. It compresses the difference between them. Philadelphia edge is built on stability. They are priced as the team that performs better over time, but these games reduces the importance of time. It shifts towards events, and events don't scale in line. So one swing overrides 5 good innings, and that's the break. Now look at the Cubs profile. We've got Suzuki, he's really consistent, repeatable, and contact quality. And we've got Morel, his extreme power variance, but high payoff. This is not a lineup that needs some control. This is lineup that benefits when control disappears. And that's exactly what the environment does. So if the internal model collapses this game toward equilibrium, and the market still holds separation. And that separation becomes mispricing. And that's the real trade. So you're not betting Cubs because they outperform. You're betting Cubs because the market overestimates stability in a structure that doesn't support it. So our betting here is Cubs. And our final case, we've got Mets versus Dodgers. This is where discipline separates levels. Dodgers are the better team. That information is already embedded in the price. So the question is whether the structure supports that price, and here it doesn't. So run creation is Surprised, sequences extend and margins tighten. And when margins is tighten, pricing efficiency becomes fragile. So because you're no longer buying probability, you are buying margin, and that margin isn't there. So that's where the negative expectations forms. This one is one of the most expensive mistakes in betting, correct read and wrong price. The Dodgers can win this game comfortably and still not justify the number. So that's distinction. And forcing a position on the Mets just to counter it is as equally inefficient. There is no edge and no allocation. So now here's the part that actually matters, not the picks, the process. If you're still watching this, if you're already thinking differently than most of market, because this is not content built for volume, it's built for calibration. The goal is not to give you some 10 plays. The goal is to show you how to isolate one correct decision and ignore everything else. And that only works if you train that pattern. So that's what this channel is about. If you are serious about this, not casually watching, but actually trying to improve how to read these boards, you need some repetition, not more picks, more clarity, and that's exactly what you get here. Every video is built the same way: identify structural edge, isolate pricing error, removal noise, and execute only when it aligns. So if that's the way you want to approach this, then you already know what to do. Subscribe. Not for the next pick, no, for the whole framework. Because once you see the board this way, you stop reacting, and that's anticipating. And that's where consistency comes from. So there is this our we've got Dodgers here, and quick recap, we've got Yankees, Cubs, and Dodgers, and this is moneyline lab. We don't chase outcomes, we execute inefficiencies and stay sharp.